Welcome to this channel, a quiet place set apart to share the living teachings of Jesus, words that heal wounded hearts, steady anxious minds, and guide everyday lives with timeless wisdom. Here we explore his message of love, truth, humility, forgiveness, courage, and compassion, not as distant history, but as a living voice that still speaks into our struggles today. This channel exists to remind you that Jesus taught more than religion. He taught a way of life rooted in grace, mercy, justice, and hope. Through short reflections, prayers, and practical lessons, we seek to understand how his teachings shape our choices, restore our relationships, and anchor us in peace during uncertain times. Whether you are searching, doubting, weary, or growing in faith, you are welcome here. May these teachings draw you closer to God, strengthen your spirit, and inspire you to walk daily in love, truth, and light. My beloved child, hear me now, and do not let fear drown out my voice, for I am closer to you than your breath, and I have never left your side. From the moment you first entered this world, I have watched over you with unblinking care. I have known every step you would take, every shadow you would cross, every tear you would swallow in silence. I have whispered to you in stillness and held your heart when its weight felt unbearable, and even now, as danger presses near, you are not alone. I speak with urgency because I love you, and I speak with calm because panic will not protect you, but wisdom will. Breathe, my child. Draw the air slowly into your lungs and let it out again, steady and controlled. Do this once more. Let your body settle so your mind can see clearly. Feel my presence resting upon you like a steady hand on your shoulder, anchoring you in this moment. This is not the hour for panic, nor is it the hour for paralysis. This is the hour for awareness, for action, for choosing safety with intention. If you can move now to a safer place, do so with purpose. Seek shelter where barriers exist, where access is limited, where time can be gained. If you are within your home, choose a room that can be secured, a place not exposed, a place that allows you to slow what approaches. Secure the door if you can, and if it resists, reinforce it with weight, not in desperation but in wisdom, buying yourself moments that matter. Know where escape routes exist, not because you will flee in fear, but because preparedness keeps the mind clear. Keep yourself quiet but not powerless. Use your voice when it preserves life. Reach out for help with clarity and precision. Speak plainly. Say you are in danger. Say where you are. If your voice must go silent, let the line remain open so others may hear and respond. If words cannot be spoken, send them in writing. A simple message, direct and urgent, can summon aid. Share your location. Let others know where you stand. Safety multiplies when knowledge is shared. Do not open doors blindly. Do not trust voices that cannot be verified. If something within you recoils, listen to it. I place that instinct within you as a shield, not a weakness. Remain unseen if needed. Lower lights. Still yourself. Stay away from windows. Keep your phone ready but quiet. If movement becomes necessary, move with intention toward places where others gather, where light and witness exist, for harm recoils from exposure. If you must defend yourself to create space to escape, remember your purpose is not victory, but freedom. Create distance. Draw attention. Use your voice to summon help without shame. Your life is worth the sound it makes. If they attempt deception, do not engage. If they attempt to lure, do not answer. Silence can be wisdom. If you can record safely, do so. If you can share your location, let it remain visible. If you are within a vehicle, secure yourself inside it. Let it become shelter or passage to safety. Choose lit roads, populated spaces. Sound your presence if you must. You are not causing trouble by seeking help. You are preserving life. If there is fire or smoke, lower yourself, protect your breath, seek exits with care. Signal when trapped. Let yourself be seen. Remember to breathe, child. Fear tightens the chest, but breath restores control. Speak to me if it steadies you. Let my presence replace the chaos within. If others are with you, especially the vulnerable, guide them gently. Calm is contagious. Your steadiness can shelter them. Hide together. Protect first. If someone is wounded and you can help without placing yourself in danger, apply pressure, keep them still and call for aid. But if safety demands distance, choose life and summon help. Belongings can be replaced. Lives cannot. When immediate danger passes, remember details. Preserve truth. Let justice have what it needs to protect you and others. Seek safe shelter afterward. Reach for those you trust. Use the help that exists for moments like these. You are not weak for needing it. You have a right to. Safety, to voice, to protection. Silence is not your obligation. Healing will come later, in its own time, and when it does, do not rush it. Shock, fear, anger, numbness, grief. These are not failures, but responses. Let them pass through you without judgment. Seek counsel. Accept care. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of your survival. What was done to you is not your fault. Shame does not belong to you. Let it fall away. Make plans for future safety. Prepare not from fear, but from wisdom. Keep essentials ready. Share your plan with someone you trust. Practice it in your mind until it feels familiar. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it is enough reason to leave. You owe no one access to your safety or your body. Document threats. Save evidence. Use the protections available to you. Courage is not the absence of fear, but movement through it. Every step you take to protect yourself is an act of courage, and I see every one. I surround you with protection. I steady your hands. I quiet your thoughts. Speak truth over yourself when doubt creeps in. You are seen. You are loved. You will not be broken. Say it again when fear returns. Now understand this, my child, so that your heart does not carry confusion. Every person is given the gift of choice, for love cannot exist without freedom. Some choose to heal, others choose to harm. Those who harm were not created for cruelty, but they carry wounds left untreated. Pain ignored grows sharp edges. Fear unhealed becomes control. Envy festers into schemes. Pride hardens into domination. Hunger for power disguises itself as order. Deception whispers that harm is justified. Greed convinces that enough will never be enough. Lies dressed as righteousness become weapons. Belonging twisted into allegiance breeds violence. Dehumanization blinds the heart. None of this is your fault. You did not create their wound. You did not invite their hunger. I see the pain behind the hand raised against another, and I grieve it, but I do not excuse it. Understanding does not mean tolerating harm. Love does not require self-destruction. Wisdom demands boundaries. Protect yourself first. Use the help around you. Call for aid. Hide. Run. Act. This is not unholy. It is faithful stewardship of life. When you can see the pattern behind the harm, you can stop it without becoming it. Care for the wounded when it is safe. Feed the hungry when it is wise. Guide the lost when they are willing. But never believe that endurance of harm is righteousness. I walk with you through darkness. I teach you how to be brave without becoming hard, how to be gentle without being unguarded, how to love without losing yourself. Keep your heart steady. Keep your vision clear. Keep moving toward life. You are my beloved child. My love does not flicker. I keep watch even now. Take these steps. Call for help. Trust action. Trust wisdom. Trust wisdom. Trust wisdom. Trust me. I am holding your hand in the dark and leading you toward the light. Be strong. Be wise. Father God, I come before you now with a trembling yet trusting heart, knowing that you are near even when danger feels close and fear rises like a wave within me. I acknowledge you as my refuge, my protector, the one who has watched over me since my first breath and has never once turned your eyes away. In this moment, I choose to breathe in your peace and release my panic into your hands. Calm my body, steady my thoughts, and anchor my spirit in the truth that I am not alone. Let your presence surround me like a shield, firm and unbreakable, reminding me that even in urgency, you remain gentle. And even in crisis, you remain sovereign. Teach me to listen for your wisdom above the noise of fear, to act with clarity instead of confusion, and to trust that every step I take toward safety is guided by your hand. Lord, I place my life, my body, my mind, and my future into your care, asking you to guard me from harm seen and unseen. Send your protection around me like a wall of light. Confuse those who intend evil, restrain their actions, and turn their plans away from me. Where there is threat, place distance. Where there is chaos, establish order. Where there is fear, release courage. Give me discernment to recognize what is not safe and strength to move away without hesitation. Help me remember that my life is precious, that seeking safety is not weakness, and that calling for help is not shameful. Lord, place wise and compassionate people in my path, people who will respond quickly, protect fiercely, and act justly. Let systems of help function as they should, let voices be heard, and let truth come into the light. If I must hide, be my hiding place. If I must move, guide my steps. If I must wait, guard my stillness. If I must speak, give me clear words. If I must be silent, let silence protect me. Father, if others are with me, children, loved ones, or the vulnerable, cover them with your peace. Help me to remain calm so they may feel safe. Wrap them in your presence and let no harm come near them. Should there already be wounds, physical or unseen, bring swift help, healing hands, and mercy without delay. Lord, I surrender all belongings, all pride, all fear of disruption, knowing that nothing matters more than life. Preserve me now so I may live to heal later. After this storm passes, stay close to me in the aftermath. Heal my mind from shock, my heart from fear, and my body from tension. Remove any shame that tries to cling to me, for what has threatened me is not my fault. Remind me again and again that I am loved without condition, valued beyond measure, and worth protecting. Help me remember details clearly, speak truth boldly, and seek justice wisely, not for revenge but for safety and restoration. Lead me to safe shelter, trusted people, and places of rest. Teach me how to rebuild peace slowly and patiently, honoring my emotions without letting them rule me. Where anger rises, temper it with wisdom. Where sorrow lingers, meet it with comfort. Where numbness appears, restore feeling in time. Father, shape my future with foresight and care. Help me prepare wisely, plan for safety, and trust the instincts you placed within me as gifts. Give me courage to set boundaries, strength to say no, and clarity to walk away when something feels wrong. If harm has come from wounded people, guard my heart from bitterness while still guarding my life from danger. Help me understand without excusing, and forgive without forgetting wisdom. Teach me that love does not demand my destruction and that holiness does not require my silence. Lord, I place my trust not in fear, not in force, but in you who see all choices, all hearts, and all paths. I ask you to break cycles of violence, deception, pride, envy, greed, and fear, not only around me, but within the world. Heal wounded hearts before they wound others. Expose lies that justify cruelty. Restore humanity where it has been forgotten. Let justice walk hand in hand with mercy. And now, Father, I speak your truth over myself. I am seen, I am loved, I am not abandoned, and I will not be broken. Strengthen my courage, steady my breath, and guide my actions step by step. Hold my hand in the darkness and lead me toward the light. I trust you with my safety, my healing, and my tomorrow. Amen. Jesus' teachings for human life are not abstract ideas meant only for holy places. They are practical truths designed to hold a person upright when life feels fragile, confusing, or heavy. At the center of his teaching is love, not sentimental affection, but a steady, courageous love that chooses the good of others, even when it costs something. Jesus taught that the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself, reminding humanity that a meaningful life is built on relationship rather than isolation. He showed that love is patient, forgiving, and active, crossing boundaries of race, status, and failure, and he demonstrated that no human being is disposable or invisible. Closely tied to love is forgiveness, which Jesus presented not as weakness but as freedom. He taught that unforgiveness chains the soul to the past, while forgiveness releases both the wounded and the one who wounded into the possibility of healing. When he said to forgive 70 times 7, He was teaching that a healed heart is one that refuses to let bitterness define its future. Jesus also taught humility as the foundation of true strength, overturning the world's obsession with power and status by saying that the greatest among you must become a servant. He knelt to wash feet, touched the untouchable, and welcomed children, teaching that dignity comes not from dominance but from service. For a life hanging under pressure, Jesus' teaching on anxiety is a lifeline. Do not worry about tomorrow, he said, not because life is easy, but because worry cannot add a single hour to life. He invited people to trust God's daily provision, to focus on what is in their hands today, and to believe that they are more valuable than birds or flowers that God already sustains. His teaching on prayer offered intimacy instead of performance, showing that prayer is not about impressing God, but about honest conversation with a loving Father who knows needs before they are spoken. Jesus also spoke deeply about suffering, never denying its reality, but reframing its meaning. He taught that suffering does not mean abandonment by God, and he himself entered human pain to show that God is present in it. He promised that those who mourn will be comforted, that the meek will inherit the earth, and that those who hunger and thirst for righteousness will be filled, offering hope to people who feel overlooked or crushed by life. His teaching on wealth and possessions warned against building identity on what can be lost, reminding humanity that life does not consist in the abundance of possessions and that generosity enlarges the soul. He urged people to store treasures in heaven, values like compassion, justice, faithfulness, and love that cannot be stolen or destroyed. Jesus' command to love enemies stands as one of his most radical teachings, calling humans to break cycles of violence and retaliation by choosing mercy over revenge and courage over hatred. He understood that hatred multiplies pain, while love has the power to transform even the hardest hearts. Truth was central to his teaching, yet he spoke it with grace, showing that truth without love wounds and love without truth misleads. He invited people to live with integrity, to let their yes be yes and their no be no, teaching that a stable life is built on honesty and trust. Ultimately, Jesus taught that life's meaning is found not in self-preservation but in self-giving, saying that whoever loses their life for his sake will find it. He offered hope beyond death through the promise of resurrection, teaching that death does not have the final word and that God's kingdom is breaking into the world even now. For human life hanging between fear and hope, Jesus' teachings offer an anchor: love that heals, forgiveness that frees, humility that grounds, faith that steadies, and hope that carries the soul forward.